する。お気をつけ。
I had to stop earlier because my neighbor and her brother were making a lot of noise, taking out the trash, taking out the water on and stuff. It's just like, I'll just stream at home. Sometimes they make a lot of noise, and I don't. They forget that I'm streaming. I don't want them to say anything personal, so that's why my streams over there end abruptly sometimes. Because I stream in their living room. Living room and kitchen are connected, so if they make noise in there, you guys can hear it. Damn, I didn't switch in time. I'm not playing very well today, but I'm only gonna be playing this for a few minutes. I'll play some PGR. Maxed out alpha today, so I'm gonna do some story mode. think I'm just not gonna play this today. I'm playing really bad right now. Just can't play today. Got 10 minutes to kill before reset, so I think I'll just play something else. Not feeling it today. That game is made by Tamsoft, so I don't know if I'd care. Definitely not enough to import it. That shit's gonna be like 90 bucks. Hard pass. Unless some like hardcore fan of those games came in and donated like 120 bucks or whatever. That'd be the only reason I would take a risk on that. Plus, I can't stand the characters in those games. The little submissive anime girls and shit. I can't stand it. Drives me nuts. I don't think that's a good fit for me. It's very expensive to import games, so I only do it when I know that there's a high chance that I'll actually like it. Yeah, those games are like 8,500 yen, so after markup and stuff, it's closer to $100. Samurai Warriors 5 was an exception, but you guys paid for that in full, so that's one thing. But out of my own pocket, it had to be like Basara quality, which I know that game is not going to be. I know Tamsoft makes some pretty good stuff, but they have very inconsistent quality output. They make stuff like Z2 Chaos and Origin, which are like legit good character action games, and then they put out stuff like that Gintama game, which is Kusage. It's a shit game. Doesn't have any real redeeming qualities. If you want to play Muso, it's better games to play than that game, even from the same developer. I think they have like a B team that works on like the Senran Kagura stuff, because those games are shit mechanically. Oni-chan-bara games don't beat you over the head with the stupid fan service. It's there, but it's not like a big element of it. Yeah, there's like Oni-chan-bara tier games that they make, and then there's Senran Kagura, which is just Kusage. Shit games. Now, if it comes to the West, then it'd probably be like $40. Maybe on like sale or something. No, I'm not. I'm not paying $90 for a Tamsoft game. That's too much of a financial risk. Plus, people that like those games, those kinds of fan service games, they don't even want to see the game. They just want to see the characters and bikinis and shit. And I'm not into that stuff. I'm not that kind of channel. I'm a gameplay channel. Make any money back on that, I would have to do that kind of thing, and I refuse to stoop to that level. Although that's partially because the gameplay in those games is so bad. It's like not much else to it. They can't even, like, make Senran Kagura anymore, from what I understand. Because of the Sony being all draconian with censorship. And they refuse to just make an action game that doesn't have all that garbage in it. They don't think it will sell. Which is weird because not Senran Kagura, but Oni-chan Bara is like... There's like no fan service in that at all. It's like, yeah, the characters don't wear much, but it's never, like, a focus. The focus in those games is always the gameplay. This. Sorry, I'm getting messages from somebody. I don't know how to fight anything with this character. Sun Redskin! Apparently his alternate blitz is like completely busted. It combos into itself. Yeah, this go ahead and try that out, and then I'm gonna switch to PGR. Wow. Well, that's definitely something. Can basically just put an enemy in the corner, a boss in the corner, and you can just keep doing that, and they can't get out of it. At the same time, your thumb's probably gonna fall off because that's a double tap and attack input. You're not supposed to do it that often, but that move combos into itself. Oh, you really can you can just do just that move. There's a speed run basically just using only that move. All you really have to do is just get them in the corner. Oh, I have the sound off. Hold on. Let's fix that. The mixer. All right, we're not doing the event mission today because I already maxed her out. The only thing that's left to get at this point is the resonance memories, and I'll do that later. I actually still have some things to unlock on the account. I'd rather do that today. Yeah. Should just demolish this now. Alpha can carry through it all. I actually wasn't having that many problems with it before, but I want to get through this fast, because I do still have a lot of grinding to do. You're gonna make me play as this damn boss again. I hate this shit. These characters are so boring to play. Just one-shot them. Why do they have these boss levels? There's no challenge. Oh, these characters are so fucking boring to use. I hate using them. Like, why don't they just make cutscenes about this? Don't have to play it. This character is weaker than my actual characters. It's so slow. They're invincible doing this too. Yes, leave. Never make me play this character again. Stupid gimmick shit. Thank you. No more of that. Okay, good. Actual characters are back. Those boss levels are like... I don't understand the point of them. They're not even fun to play. They're not like giving you like a Lubu equivalent or something. It's just like, play as this shit boss. And it's invincible, so there's no challenge. It's just mash buttons. Okay, stop talking. Jeez. Interrupted my waves, the stupid cutscenes. That's why I want to get through this shit. I hate it. Shut up. Stop interrupting me. Let me just play. I play the video game. Oh no, not again. I wasn't paying attention. I think I actually get to play as my team. Not those shit bosses. Come on, man, these cutscenes are really bogging me down. Let me play. Stop making me click on skip stuff. Like, just shut up. I don't fucking care. I talk so much. You have to click a button to get past it. You can't just like turn it off. I really don't care about the story. It's very slow-paced compared to the non-story stuff where they just let you fight and nobody interrupts you. This is running way worse. I'm gonna have to fix this. Why is it running worse?
私の力はどう？存分に楽しいわ。
Let's try to fix that. Frame rate is getting on my nerves. Easily run this on Ultra, but I'm trying to figure out why that's happening. I might have to change the settings.
"私を見た者は深淵に消えるのよ。
Dude, I don't want to escort anybody. Escort yourself, please. Fuck this. Can you go faster? I think I grinded too hard, because this is very easy. Just teleport over there. Come on, man, these cutscenes. Jeez, man. Stop and go. Lots of padding in this mode. There's like a lot. Unhealthy amount. Padding and waiting. Alright, good. I got all that unlocked, so that was worth it.
"私を見た者は深淵に消えるのよ。遅い。弱い。ご命令を。遅い。ご命令を。それは隠れているつもりですか？やるな。目標捕捉。
Yeah, this is running way worse. I gotta fix this. It's running worse than the phone somehow. I don't know why the fuck they don't make PC ports for this stuff. I hate having to deal with these emulators. I want to just play the game normal. Why is it running so bad? It's starting to piss me off. Shit performance. I updated my drivers. Actually, the only thing I really changed was XSplit. Hold on, let me try to fix this. Maybe it doesn't like the source. There's a couple things I can do. Hold on. I'm getting really annoyed by the bad frame rate. It's an emulator. Because they can't be bothered to make a PC port for this game. For some reason. I don't know why. They don't like money. Alright, let's see if this fixes it. And I'm gonna go ahead and make a new source. I switched to OpenGL. I hope that will fix it. I'm not surprised that it would just randomly do that, though. I should be able to troubleshoot it later. Takes so long to get into this game. It has to keep asking you what server you're on. It's like, which one do you think I'm on? I don't know who would want 3 accounts on this game. It's pretty grindy. I guess it makes it convenient to re-roll, but I don't do that kind of thing. I play the game as intended. I don't mess with that stuff. Now, this is actually some pretty good rewards. Plus, a lot of these games, it takes like almost an hour to re-roll, so they have to be really dedicated to do that kind of thing. I think this game only gives you like 1 attempt. You only get 1 attempt at like getting something, so the only way that would ever be worth it is if you're running multiple instances. Alright, are we good now? Looks a bit better. Let's get into an actual fight. Yeah, they just straight up said they wouldn't make a port for this. It's like, well, why? Why don't you make a port? This game is a lot better than Honkai Impact, but the main problem is that they don't have a PC port, so you gotta fight with stuff like this. game has the same problem all these other multi-character games have, when they randomly just take your characters away from you. A lot of the depth in this game comes from switching the characters and the synergies and learning to tag and using the context-sensitive events and stuff. When you have one character, it's kind of just doing stuff off cooldown. This story is obsessed with taking your freedom away from you. And again, these are like trial characters. They're not like your actual characters. There's no challenge. It's just kind of boring. Love to take away your shit in this game. Like, I definitely really like that about KOF All-Star. I really appreciated how they pretty much never did that. They really could just play as your favorites the whole time. Dude, I don't want to stealth anything. Can I please just fight? Shit's getting on my nerves, man. I don't want to hide from anybody. I have a busted character. Are you gonna make me do more? One's not enough. Alright, well, they cooperated that time. Usually their sight zones just converge, and you can like barely get through that without getting seen, but I got lucky there. No More Heroes 3. I don't really care about that game. I never really thought those games were that great. They're funny games, yes, but gameplay-wise, they don't offer much. They've always felt janky and not really spectacular games. Sure, it runs like shit too, because it's stuck on the Switch. I don't have faith in that game running like it should. Especially because it's an Unreal Engine 4 game, which is a recipe for disaster The Switch can barely handle that engine. I saw some people say the open world is really choppy. And Nintendo needs to get their shit together. They need to make a better console. It can't even handle like the flagship stuff that, you know, they're supposed to be like the big titles. I've definitely been buying less stuff on the Switch because the ports have been getting worse and worse. This is really choppy. I wonder what the hell is wrong. It was fine yesterday. Only thing I changed is I updated XSplit. Did not change anything from yesterday. Oh, the frame rate's really pissing me off. I don't know why this is happening. I'm actually getting very annoyed. I didn't change anything. All I did was update my stream recording, my streaming software, and that like fucked everything up somehow. And it doesn't pick it up as a native source either. That's what's really pissing me off. I'm pretty sure that would fix it. Yeah, I can't get this. I can't get it to pick it up natively. I don't know why. It's annoying. I don't feel like doing tech support right now. I really don't. I'll worry about this later. I just want to make sure this runs. Make sure this isn't all screwed up too. So I don't feel like fighting with technology tonight. At least this is getting a PC port, so if this runs bad, I won't really care too much. It's mostly PGR. I don't want to randomly start running like garbage because they can't be bothered to make a port. You know, they already have, like, the hardest part done, which is the controller support. Like, they just refuse to do it. They're like, oh, just use an emulator. I'm like, fuck that. Give me a better experience, and I'll spend more money. I hate fighting with this stuff. It's one thing I liked about Honkai was at least that they bothered to make a port for that. And the port was very good. It's reliable. I bet as soon as I stop streaming, it'll work fine. It's probably something with XSplit. Yeah, this is running worse too. It's really choppy. This pisses me off, man. I changed one thing on the computer, and then now it just won't work anymore. Alright. Fucking annoying. Alright, maybe rendering acceleration was the problem. But it was like that before, though, so I don't freaking know. Weird stuttering and choppiness that's happening for no reason. It's just frustrating that they don't make a PC port. It's really stupid that they don't. These are basically console games. That's the thing. they really are console games. They're console quality. They really are not, and they're not your average mobile games, which are, games that play themselves, have no gameplay. These are console quality games, but they don't put them on anything, so you have to fight with this stuff, and it's always been a nuisance. A good example is KOF All-Star. Remember when I used to play that on emulator? This was the only, this emulator I'm using right now was the only one that didn't crash all the time. And keep in mind, it takes like 2 minutes to get into that game, so the crashes were a little bit more severe than a nuisance. Like, they were legit terrible. But then the anti-cheat protection picked up the emulator and it didn't work anymore. That's why I stopped playing that game at home. I stopped playing it at home because all the other emulators, they ran it really badly, and then it also crashed a lot. And the crashes could really, really ruin it. At least that game was nice enough to not take your stamina away when you crashed or force closed the program, but yeah, I don't like phone games at all. I don't like them at all. I really don't. But these games are basically console games, just stuck on a bad platform. That's really all they are. They're good games stuck on a bad platform. It's definitely the worst place to play games by far. And most of the games barely even qualify as video games, in my opinion. But there's some really cool stuff on here. There's some really cool games. I like to be open-minded with games. I know that some of the stuff I like doesn't really come around that often. So, I'm open to playing games on this platform, but it can be aggravating sometimes when things like this happen. Like, for no fault of your own, it just runs badly. I have a very light presentation too. I don't have a lot of scenes in here. I have PC, raw console. I have a PC one and then a console one. That's it. And then one for, like, when I'm showing something. Yeah, exactly. That's why it doesn't make any damn sense that they do stuff like this. That's actually a very good point, because when I come back from my kitty sitting stream, I have like maybe 30 to 40% battery left, which is something I can accept because I work 4 houses down from my house. You know, realistically, nothing's going to happen to me walking around the corner to go home after I'm finished over there. But if I was playing these games for like 1 hour or 2 hours and I had no battery and I was like on the other end of town, I would not do it. I would just play something on the Switch, because the Switch is not tied to my personal safety if there's an emergency or something. That's what's really odd about it, in my opinion. Yeah, that's actually a very good point. Not everybody's willing to put up with, you know, the game draining their battery so much when they have more important things to do. I mean, some people work off their phone. Like, that phone is like their entire income. I don't generate any income off the phone outside of like random donations and stuff, but you know, I need it for safety's sake. If I need to call 911 or call my aunt or my neighbor or something, or my family that lives out of state, I need to be able to do that. And I don't want to have that be ruined by playing something like this for 2 hours. Like, if my vacation had happened this year, I probably would not play this game barely at all unless I was in the hotel room. Because when you're at a convention, keep in mind, everybody is using their phone, because people are taking photos of the cosplays, and they're trying to arrange things with friends. Because there's like thousands of people at those cons. You can't, like, depending on the size of the con, you can't like really rely on being able to just find somebody. Your phone's going to be put through hell while you're out there at the con. And if you play something like this, it's just going to make you run out of battery, which, especially at a convention, you know, you need the battery for more important things than gaming. Being able to contact your friends. You know, if your friend is, like, I actually, I room with somebody, and he goes and does other stuff at the convention, and we generally meet up at night, and he takes me back to the hotel, and vice versa. So, my battery's down to 0% because I'm playing a game like this. Then, I don't get to go to my hotel room. Like, it definitely is is a factor. I'm glad that you pick up on that. Alright, let's see if this fixed. If not, I'll probably just talk to their support later. I don't feel like fighting with this right now. It's almost 1 in the morning. I've had a pretty good day today. Definitely better than the past few days, so not gonna ruin it fighting with this stuff. Yeah, it's running badly. Pretty annoyed. I changed one thing on the computer, which should be pretty minor.
深淵に飲み込まれろ。私も行けます。
諦めた方が賢明です。
Alright, well, I'm just not gonna deal with this right now. I'll play this later. I'll talk to their support later. Their support is actually 24/7, so... that's it for this for now. The only thing I can think of is this version of XSplit that I'm using, which has some nice things to it. The fact that it has noise suppression, so when I start doing guides again, you won't hear me pushing the buttons anymore, which is nice because my controller's pretty loud and the controller's pretty close to my head, so that's why I upgraded, but I'm not going to downgrade again just to fix this. Not happening. I don't think there's really much I can do about it. But that's fine. That game runs fine on the phone. That game is actually very well optimized on the phone. Like, I just put it on low settings and it barely looks any different, and as long as I'm not in like a room of like 10 enemies and I'm using like my most intensive moves, it runs completely fine. So it's just a nuisance for now. I'm not making any money off that game anyway. I spend money on it because I like playing it, but it doesn't generate any revenue, so I'm not gonna bust my balls worrying about that right now. It's not worth it. If it was something like, you know, Streets 4 or like Tales of Arise doing that kind of stupid stuff, then yeah, I would go through the trouble of fixing it. But for tonight, I'm just not going to bother. I think you guys don't want to watch me fight with the computer anyway. That's what happens with PC gaming, though, is you change one component, you update one program, and suddenly everything just breaks. Ironically, this software I'm using, I've been on the previous version for like 4 months now because it kept crashing. It kept crashing and it wouldn't close properly, and like I'd boot up certain games and it would just like stop working. So I contacted their support and they're like, "Yeah, go back down to 4.0." So I did, and I stopped having problems completely. But today I had the courage to update, and so far it's been fine. It hasn't really caused any issues. It's only been with the emulator. The emulator is running way worse for some reason. I don't know what could possibly cause that, but chances are I'll talk to their support and they'll probably tell me some mumbo jumbo to fix it. I'm sure if I switch to like OBS or I just stop streaming right now, it probably would run fine. I did have that problem with a couple other games. Kingdom Hearts 3 and DMC 5 were running really poorly because the auto detect source was making the game lag for some reason. And as soon as I closed the program, it would run perfectly again. Well, it's probably like bug related or something. Oh, you bought Assault Spy. It's a very good choice. Masterpiece video game. That guy is a hero. Yeah, I was just trying to play Punishing Gray Raven, and the emulator was running way worse. And the only thing I changed today was I updated XSplit. So I'm not gonna bother fighting with that tonight. It's not worth it. I don't have the patience for it right now. I've had a pretty good day, all things considered, so I'm not gonna ruin it by fighting with tech support. Are you having that problem too? To fix it, you need to create a source for the game. Don't use auto detect. Auto detect causes that to happen. If you make a source for it separately, it will work just fine. Yeah, I couldn't fix that forever, and that ended up being what it was.
Come on, let's go!
Alright, well this is running fine. Yeah, disable your auto detect source and put it in load the game and then point XSplit to the actual exe. That should fix it. At least I think that's how I fixed it. I don't remember how I fixed it. Oh, that fixed it for you. Yeah. That's, it took me months to fix that. Yeah, sometimes with XSplit, auto-detect is really nice if you're switching games a lot. Like, you know, I tend to play, like, anywhere from 2 to 5 games per stream. It's nice to have that because you don't have to make a source for everything, but there are certain games that don't play nice with auto-detect. But if it's a game you stream regularly, it shouldn't really cause that much of an issue. You can just put the same source size in whatever your layout is, like mine. Like I have the whole square, the whole black square here, which is for all the game footage. That actually will fix it for you. In fact, let's try something right now. Hold on. I think I'm going to go to bed early tonight. I don't feel like streaming really late tonight. I planned on playing PGR, but the game is not cooperating with my software, so I'm going to hold off on that right now. I'm not in the mood to troubleshoot at the moment. Let's see if this runs better if I do it as an exclusive source. I'm going to try this in New Genesis as well. I'm doing better today. Thanks, James. I had a good International Cat Day with all the kittens. Hung out with Groupie, too. Groupie was there tonight. She hung out on my lap and we played some games, watched some stuff. Groupie is a good friend.
Time to hunt.
She likes to just sit with you.
I will be your time to hunt.
She'll just sit on your lap or she'll sit by your side and she'll just watch you play games. She's a very good friend. I always feel better when I hang out with her. She's just a very kind soul. Poor thing probably had a really shitty life growing up, but she's happy now. Yeah, she hangs out with me almost every day. She comes in when I go over there for work. She's usually outside
will
waiting.
open in 10 seconds. The gates are now open.
Actually, the only bad thing that happened today was I spent 20 bucks on Pinnacle of Combat and I got nothing. That's why I'm doing the fundraiser. There's another $20 pack I wanted to try to get. It's a $20 pack and a $50 pack. My gaming budget's kind of capped right now.
The next safe area has been secured.
No, don't feel like you're obligated to donate. Come on now. I was just mentioning what happened today. That's it. I don't expect anybody to donate. If you can't afford it and you want to, yes, it's needed, but don't do it if you can't. There's enough people on these sites that donate to people when they don't have money.
The barrier is shrinking.
The barrier is shrinking.
Who knew this would come in handy?
Yeah, you're already in the Patreon. Yeah, I saw that last night. Thank you. Do not send me any more. Yeah, do not send me any more under any circumstances. Please don't. It's very nice of you to even do that, especially considering your circumstances.
The next safe area has been secured. A boss has appeared. New skill unlocked. Super skill unlocked.
Yeah, I live on SSI too. Oh, this is supplemental income for me. But I do rely on it for I do rely on it for other stuff. Yeah, don't send me anymore, though. Now it's really hard to get by in South America. I'll live. You've already done enough, so thank you. No more needs to be done.
The barrier is shrinking.
I work 2 jobs every day. I do this and then the kitty sitting, but I don't really make that much. I don't make anywhere near.
The area has been secured.
And kitty sitting's one thing. They definitely take good care of me over there, but this I don't make anywhere near what I deserve. But that just kind of comes with it. Doing this kind of thing, even for just supplemental income, like I do, it's very difficult. And a lot of it really does depend on, you know, the community to support and stuff. Ad revenue in particular is it's like impossible to live off of unless you're at the top. Because it can vary too much. Your costs can rise, but your ad revenue will go down.
The barrier is shrinking.
Who knew this would come in handy?
The next safe area has been secured.
That was weird. GG. That was a good fight. Good game. I think I placed like top 5. Not bad. I like this game. Yeah, Twitch is it's a shit place to stream. The barrier of entry for streaming getting easier, it's a blessing and a curse. You know, if you just buy like a PS4 or an Xbox One, you can start making content right away. You know, the quality's not going to be good, but the problem is it's really saturated the market. The only reason why I have anybody watching my stuff is because I started this channel 15 years ago, and back then you had to have a computer, you had to have a capture card or a DVD recorder. It was a lot harder back then, but now it's literally just owning something capable of running a modern game and pushing a button. Well, we've gotten some great things from that, but when you're starting out on like Twitch right now, you're competing with like tens of thousands of other people doing that. So unless you've got some other following elsewhere, there's somebody else who can help you. Somebody else who's larger than you that can send people your way. Pretty much no one's going to watch. And that's just kind of the harsh reality of it. And that's why I don't stream on Twitch really anymore. Unless I'm doing something that requires me to make highlights. But also, at the same time, if you want to take this seriously, you pretty much do need a computer. You need a capture card. You need a computer and a capture card if you want to take it seriously, but the other problem is people, they have very unrealistic expectations for what their returns are going to be on doing this kind of thing, and, you know, they drop like a couple grand on a computer and like the best mic and like a 3070 and stuff, and it's like, no, you need to not do that. You need to not do that, because that's just going to make it so it's impossible to make your money back. Should always start with nothing. I started with nothing. I was on a hand-me-down computer from my mom and like a $40 DVD recorder that my friend bought me just randomly one holiday season. That's all I had. It wasn't until I started making money that I started investing more and getting better equipment, better video quality, and better mic and audio balance and stuff. You need to do all that stuff later. I don't know, people see like the big streamers and they think like, wow, you know, it's so easy to do this. And I'm just going to make infinite money and I never have to work again, so I'm going to dump all my savings into a computer and a streaming stuff and, you know, not going to make any money back. You're not going to make money back. Yes, there is a chance, but you pretty much kill your chances when you spend that much at the start. There are people that play the most boring stuff like Grand Theft Auto Online and like NBA games with just the PS4, and they have thousands of viewers. Like, you don't need all that equipment at the start. Yes, if you want to take it seriously, you do need a computer, you do need streaming software, you do need a decent computer that can run most modern games. You need good stream quality. All of those things are important, yes, but you do those things as you grow. You don't do it right away. Because it's a massive investment that you may never see a return from. And people are not smart about this stuff. They think that it's just infinite money and it's easy. It's fucking hard work. I work my ass off on this and I make barely anything. But I have other supplemental income that supports this. I have the kitty sitting, I have the SSI, I have the Patreon, and I have the ad revenue. So I've got like 4 sources of income right now, and they're all very small sources of income, yes, but it allows me to survive, you know, and you know, not be on the streets and stuff. I barely make anything, and I need a lot of financial support to get all these games, and especially the service games and stuff. But, you know, I get by. At the same time, I'm not going to, like, drop, like, 3 grand on a better computer right now. It doesn't make sense to do that. You definitely want to... You want to use the stuff that you have as long as you can. You can't upgrade. You can't upgrade constantly in this business. You do upgrades when it's necessary. You don't just do it because you can. Yeah, I made like $120 off this channel last month, or this month. Not counting Patreon. Ad revenue, $127, which is like barely anything. Oh yeah, I don't make anything. Well, I'll give you the advice of just start for fun. Do it for fun. If you can make a little money on the side and make some friends, you're doing pretty damn good. The dark side of this is trying to make money off it, and it's something that just happens or it doesn't. It just happens or it doesn't. And one of the things I've had to come to terms with is that it's not my fault that I don't make much. You know, I put the work in. I work very hard. It's an understatement that when I say I put the work in, but I work really hard. But the algorithm does not prefer the games that I play, and there's nothing I can do about that. That's not my fault. But I also went into this, back at the beginning when nobody knew what the hell they were doing. And I didn't even expect to make any money, so but now people think that they can make just infinite money and quit their job and stuff, and it's like, yeah, some people are able to do that. There definitely are some success stories of people who quit, deadbeat jobs that they hated and they're doing something that they love and they're making way more money. But that's like the top 0.1% that are able to accomplish that. And one of the things I've had to come to terms with too is that a lot of it is just luck. It really is just luck. It's like just playing an RNG game. Like sometimes you're just gonna get screwed over, and it's of no fault of your own. And I definitely have. I definitely have gotten screwed over with how hard I work and stuff. But once you realize that it's not your fault, it gets a lot easier to digest. And definitely a lot of people that don't deserve the money that get it, and there are people that do deserve the money that don't. But I mean, that just goes for all aspects of life, not just content creating and streaming. But the way that you can help with stuff like that is just to support the people who need it. Don't give money to people who they're already rich. Likewise, don't give money to people when you're broke. Don't donate to people if you're broke. You need to take care of yourself first. And that is something that a lot of people don't seem to realize. Like the streamer's going to be fine. They're probably making at least $1,000 or so a month. Like if you can't donate to them, they'll be fine. Likewise, they're not going to be your friend. They're not going to date you. They're not going to be your boyfriend or girlfriend or partner. If you send them $300, they probably barely even remember your name. Like only support people if you can, and support people who actually can use it. Yeah, I don't want anybody donating to me if they can't afford it. That's not okay. Do not do that. Donate if you like my stuff and you have the disposable income and you want to support me financially. Yes, by all means. I definitely need the money, but don't do it if you can't. That is not okay. I don't want anybody doing that. I've had some people try to do that before, and I just shut them down and tell them no. I'll live. I don't need people doing that. Yeah, there was a tweet going around where some guy donated like $500. Actually, he bought this chick like basically an entire computer, like a 3070 and shit. That shit's like thousands of dollars right now. And then that chick made a tweet and she didn't even know the guy's name. It's just like you need to take better care of yourself than that. Like, come on now. That chick doesn't even know you exist. Like, don't do stuff like that. And if they're getting those kinds of donations, they probably no financial danger whatsoever. Like, find a small streamer to do that to. Don't do it to some big streamer that's making tons of money. I put up videos for that back when it came out. It was okay. I think I got most of the good ROM hacks in here. See if there's anything cool in here. I'm probably gonna go to bed after I do this. I'm getting pretty tired. My stress symptoms are actually pretty mild today, so I need to keep it that way. I didn't really have anything else planned tonight. I was mostly just gonna play PGR, but the frame rate went to shit for whatever reason. And I'll try to fix that offline. Just don't feel like doing tech support tonight. I really don't. Especially when it's something like this where I might not even have a ability to fix it. Oh. Oh, I didn't want this one. I wanted the other one. I don't know if you guys are aware, but you can actually, you can take these ROMs and put them in an emulator. It's like you're literally buying legal ROMs, which sounds stupid. It kind of is, but at the same time, you know, if you lose the ROMs, then you can just get them back. Like I could go into the folder and play these on my phone, like right now. Like these are legal ROMs, so next time these are on sale, even though the front end for these isn't that great, it's worth it to buy them because you legally own the ROMs and you can do whatever the hell you want with them. You can actually put these in an emulator, which is rare. Normally when they repackage old games like this, they lock it down, so you can't do that. But these actually are ROMs, which is actually really cool. That's the best of both worlds. You're buying it legally, and you get the ROMs, and then, you know, since you own it legally, you can re-download it at any time. So that's actually really damn cool. A lot of times you get a shit deal when you do stuff like this, because they don't give you any access to like the actual ROM file. Whoa! I like that. How did I do that? How did I do that? Pretty cool. I'll probably do a full playthrough of this later. I wonder if I can put this on the phone. Like I said, you can just take these files. You have full control over it, bitches. Why these are worth buying. Normally when they repackage old ass games like that, they don't give you any freedom with it, but they really are just ROM files. You have complete freedom over them. Like, look at this. Let me pull this up. Hold on. I gotta make a scene here. Like, here it is right here. This is in the folder. Just the ROMs. It even calls them uncompressed ROMs, so you can just toss these in an emulator and you're done. Really nice of them to do that. The Neo Geo games they sell on Humble, those are actually just ROMs too. The emulator they come with is shit. But because you can just you can just put them in a real emulator. It's like it's not an issue. So yeah, I recommend. I highly recommend buying those if you next time they're on sale. You can get the whole collection for like I don't remember how much it costs, but they make it pretty easy. Yeah, and the nice thing about having it legally is it's not really the moral stuff. I don't even think the moral stuff has much standing right now because you can't buy those games legally anyway. Most of them. A lot of those games are like lost to time without emulation. But what's nice about it is since you legally own it, you can re-download it at any time. So if you upgrade your phone or you upgrade your homebrew device or your PC, you can just download them again and you can dump them in whatever you want. A lot of people don't know that about both of those old games that you can get on Humble and stuff. Like it actually is worth it. All right, well, I'm gonna go to bed. I don't have anything else planned tonight. I wanted to play more PGR, but it looks like I've got some tech stuff to fix, and I might have to go back down to 4.0. But I'm kind of like not wanting to do that, especially for one game. Everything else is working fine right now, so I'm not really open to doing that right now. But I will talk to their support. They've been very helpful in the past. I'm sure it's probably something that's being brought up a lot right now because everybody's using that emulator. So I will figure that out. In the meantime, I'll just play that game on mobile. It runs fine, so it's not really that urgent. Um, I'll go ahead and drop my link. If you guys want to help, you can. Like I said, only do so if you can. No, no dumping grocery money on me or anything like that, or bill money. That is not acceptable. If you want to help, you can. I made like barely anything off the channel this month, so it's appreciated, but only if you're able to and you want to. I don't know what streams are going to be like today. I'll probably do some PGR later. Probably just the usual rotation of games. I need to be in a better mental state for longer. I was in a lot of pain 2 days ago. I was in pretty, I wouldn't call it intense pain, but pain that's noticeable. And when I get that pain, I get anxious, and that makes the pain a lot worse. So I need to I need to keep the mental state to the point where it was today, where I was able to function fine. And I had a good International Cat Day with the kitties. We had a lot of fun. We watched some stuff and played some games tonight. It was good times. So yeah, I'm kind of feeling like a Streets 4 run. So probably do Streets 4 and Assault Spy later, and then maybe I'll feel like some JRPGs. I'll see you guys later. Support if you want and if you can, and I'll